Hi, everyone. This is Ivan with Create Your Future. I am a certified life coach and I specialize in personal development and relationships. And today I want to share with you a video about using your senses in order to enhance your manifestation journey. But first, I have a success story for you all. This success story comes from an amazing client. And this client and I have been working together for approximately 2 months, and she has seen amazing results. She went from very limited hot and cold behavior from her SP to now being in constant communication, dates, and she's seeing the growth in her relationship. Okay, now let's rewind to how it all started. So they were together for 3 years. They were together for 3 years, and throughout the 3 years, she had very limiting beliefs around relationships. In fact, when we were talking, we discovered that she would repeat exactly the same patterns over and over and over again. But it was until she met this person that was very, very special and treated her amazingly that she realized that there was something within her that needed to change. And we are doing exactly that. We're limiting the fears that she actually gained throughout, her experiences with relationships. They were pretty much based out of, a sense of lack, from the past, whatever experience it was. But she started to create this sense of, I'm going to lose the love because I don't keep the things that I want. So she started repeating those patterns, and she didn't want that to happen with this person. So her and her SP were together for 3 years, and and it had amazing moments, but it also had a lot of moments where she reacted, where she felt limited, where she felt insecure. I mean, there were certain points where she lost herself to the point where she felt like she had to give more in order to receive. And it seemed like those moments, the person that she loved, her SP, was actually like pushing her away, because it was this sense of, need and want that was, very unattractive to him. And he actually said that to her once and says, like, you're just too needy and too in my face. You need to calm down. And they were in a committed relationship. So that moment was something that was very present in her mind. It was a moment that, she was constantly thinking of throughout any time that there was a moment where she felt a sense of lack, or even sometimes like just her mind just would wander off into that thought, into that moment. So when they broke up, she was obviously went through her moments where she was extremely sad, but then she came across some videos of Create Your Future, and she started to apply everything that she would see in the channel, such as inner conversations, mental diet, of course, and she created her intentions. Well, through the 6 months that she was doing all this on her own, she came across a lot of little tiny successes, which were awesome, and it proved to her that it was something that she could do. But there was something within her that felt very limited still. So she booked a session with me. So when we first talked, we realized that, the fear that she had about losing something was a major block. So we kind of found the root of it all and created an intention around that. So when we created an intention around that, it made her feel good. So anytime that she felt this lack or fear, she would bring up this intention and use it through her mental diet and saying this, her special intention was. So through these past 2 months, she's actually experienced a lot of wonderful changes. Now she is still working to getting back that committed relationship, but right now within these couple of months, she has actually kept her SP and her have been in communication constantly. They've actually had amazing dates, including a wonderful trip that they took together. She's also receiving a lot of things that she actually did not have when she was previously in the committed relationship. So she's getting really excited. And what's most important, she's staying very patient with herself. She is knowing that this is unfolding and that this relationship is coming and it's forming into even a better relationship than it was prior. So she is doing very, very well, and she is very confident and very secure. She's getting flowers, she's getting like little notes and nice little messages here and there. And she is just being treated like a total queen. And that's what she deserves, because she is a total queen. And hi there, you know who you are. Thank you for the success that we experienced this week. So it was an amazing success story, and she's still on her journey. She's still staying persistent with the new ideas, the new concepts, and the new relationship that she wants to build. her new self-concept of relationships, okay? So one of the things that I wanted to share with you all is using and incorporating your five senses when it comes to your manifestation journey. So what do I mean by that? Okay, and actually I brought you examples. Do you see these flowers right here? So these flowers, which are lilies, are something that I actually personally, it brings me a lot of really good memories, you know, because it was growing up, there was always lilies in my house and at a place that I really enjoyed going, which was one of my first jobs I ever had. And so the smell of lilies brings me back to this, you know, this really calm, cool, it's like safe place, you know, home, you know. So anytime I see a lily or I smell, you know, a lily, it brings me back. So it puts me into an elevated state. Okay. So one of the things that I shared with this client was scripting. So when we worked on scripting, I told her to incorporate her senses into scripting. As it is, scripting is a very cool technique to do. Why? Well, because you just let your imagination go. When it comes to writing what it is that you want, you just allow it to come and you just let the pen take over, and you know, it's amazing things come of it. But what's important is that you're actually using your senses while doing it. So for example, you're touching the pen that you're writing or pencil, and so you know, it's touch. You're actually seeing what you're writing and creating a scene within. So you're visualizing. You're using your visuals in order to see what you're writing. And then you're also listening through an inner voice, or if you say your intentions while you're writing, you know, so you're using that. So what happens when we do stuff like that? When we use our senses, well, it actually connects into our thoughts, into our minds, and it creates an emotion, right? You know, so for example, roses. Anytime we see roses, what do we reference roses? Love. You know, usually it's love. And it was really interesting. I actually went into a metaphysical store recently. I don't know if I said that right, but you know, so, but I went to a store and I saw a lot of rose scented things. And they all had, you know, things about love. Everything is like love, you know, love this, love that. Well, anytime that we see a rose or we smell a rose, it brings us back to the experience and we connect it with romance and love. So if we want to get ourselves into an elevated state of love, well, we think of roses, we see a rose, we smell a rose, and it reminds us of either getting roses or just seeing, you know, because through movies, through stories, through like, you know, TV, whatever it is, we've always associated roses and flowers as giving as a form of love, you know, as affection. You know, it's like also, like, let's say a candle, you know, the smell of a candle relaxes you and makes you feel good. You know, it sometimes has a scent that calms you down. I'll give you an example as well. Like, you know, growing up, I used to love going to this restaurant with my grandparents, and one of my favorite dishes was Peking duck. So I remember that not too long ago, I had some, and it brought me back to years and years ago, and I felt really happy, you know, and it elevated my mood because it brought me back to a time in my life where I was a kid. So, you know, what better, like, you know, you're a kid and you're having fun. So using stuff around you to remind you of good times, of memorable moments, you know, it enhances your manifestation because it elevates a state of being. So having flowers around your house, if that makes you feel happy, having, you know, things that remind you of love, of, you know, money or a success that you might have had. That's why sometimes, like, you know, writing down your successes that you have throughout your day, throughout your life is important to remind yourself, you know, so that you could see what you create in your life. Okay. So it's an amazing way to kind of utilize your senses when it comes to manifesting. And remember, through senses, you know, through touch, through smell, through taste, through, you know, through ear, through eyes, we see, like, you know, we create experiences because at one point we tasted something, at one point we smelled something, at one point we saw something, at one point we listened to something. That's why create a wonderful playlist for yourself. get yourself into a place. I remember a client and I, we were discussing about her, because she is trying to manifest a wedding. She is with her specific person now. So she's working on the wedding now. So she created a playlist of songs that she wants to dance for her wedding song, and that actually elevates your state. It gives you that sense of excitement, to manifest consciously and, be in that state of the wish fulfilled. So I hope it kind of helps you all. I think it's very smart to do it. Think of something, think of something that, in the past, it reminds you, like whether you tasted something and then the taste of it reminds you of something that you experienced when you were younger, that's a happy moment. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe something your SP gave you that you could see out of a great moment, but don't see, because we all put the assumption that we want on things. Look at the thing as something important in your life, something special in your life. Start seeing things as something great, okay? Well, I hope this video helped out a lot. I really enjoyed doing it, and I really liked researching things for you and coming up with ideas for you. So if you have anything that you would like me to discuss, please leave a comment below. I love to see your comments all the time. And also remember that right now we're actually having a contest where we will choose a lucky winner, and there will be 3 coaching sessions with the coach of your choice as soon as we hit 100,000 subscribers. So please like, comment, and share these videos so they could get to people, help people, make them feel nice and good. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Bye.